Got to the end of the day of day 17, the Undercover Policing Inquiry, Tranche 2, Phase 2. We've just got to the end of Belinda Harvey giving evidence. It's been very emotional. She was incredibly powerful, particularly the last section of the day where she talked about the end of Bob Lambert's deployment and the way in which he had extracted herself from her life and the way he basically... Well, just the ways in which he abused her. I'm joined with Alison, who's off screen because of privacy, who watched the evidence today, and is often at the inquiry. You've heard her voice plenty of times, so you'll never have seen her face. Alison, what do you make of today's evidence?
Well, my main takeaway is how proud I think we all are of Belinda. She's been amazing. It's an incredibly long day. It's grueling. It's re-traumatising. It's a further invasion of her privacy, and she's been so honest and she's so frank and blunt at times that it just provides a very stark contrast to the evasion and avoidance and dishonesty of the police officers that we've listened to thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it cuts through like a knife, doesn't it? Just the difference and just the clarity and the willingness. I mean, some of the things that she said today, it was questions that nobody would want to be asked about something so deeply personal, and the way that she opened up her heart, explained genuinely how she felt about things. It was incredibly moving, and I think a lot of us were in tears. Very powerful. I mean, it's disgusting that she has to do it, but the fact that she has done it, I think, could convince anybody who had any doubts about how awful, how evil, and how cruel Bob Lambert was to see the true reality of it.
Yeah, and also for some of us who were sitting in the gallery, Lambert was the boss of our one, so he kind of set... he had people to follow. He was following people already. He wasn't the first. But by the time, this was 10 years before. It was 87, 88. Mark came into my life, 95 to 2000. Carlo Neri, Carlo Saraki, and several others, Trevor Morris, loads of them were boiling under the wing of Bob Lambert. So I think... Yeah, I mean, I'm knackered. I'm knackered from listening, so I don't know how she's feeling like having given that evidence. But yeah, the cruelty and the manipulation and the letters, the bloody letters. I mean, in the book Deep Deception, plug for the book.
Buy the book Deep Deception. If you haven't read it already, I mean, why are you watching this?
Yeah, but if you do read Deep Deception, you'll see that we were not able to include all the letters because technically they're the copyright of the people who wrote them, even though the people who wrote them are fictional characters. And yet we are getting to see some of these letters here in the hearings, and that is, that hope somewhere someone, not dissing your reporting, but a wider audience gets to see these bloody letters because they are I tweeted this, they're a masterclass in manipulation and deceit. They are they make you feel wanted, they make you feel loved and cared for and understood and connected to, and they're just like, I said it before, but they are just like O-level, like English O-level or GCSE writing tasks. Imagine that you are in love with this person. Make it sound like you really care about them. I thought it the other day actually with Jeff Shepherd. There was a letter from Matt Rayner, and in that letter there's just the occasional phrase that it's like, and there was again with Lambert today. There's phrases in them that are the same as the phrases Mark's used in his letters. It's like there's a bloody template. It's really like, what you can do is say this or give it a go saying that.
Yeah, no, I think that was it really comes across. I think any of us who are like aware of these letters are well aware of the similarity thing. It's like, if at the very least they're being coached, more likely, as you say, it's probably a fucking template.
Yeah, I think it is. There's a template for loads of it. And the exit strategy, and I think the other thing that Belinda talked about today, which was important, was that every revelation by the inquiry is another blow. So finding out, as she obviously has, that Lambert was planning his exit a year before he did it.
Yeah.
And we know that with Dines as well. I mean, it's like, they were planning these things.
Yeah.
They were playing God. I know that Rose has talked about this with Jim Boyling. They had a kind of a God complex where they were all seeing and all knowing, and they were playing with us. The other thing that is in the letter, in one of the letters we saw today, Lambert says something like, either I'm feeling or you're feeling dazed and confused. They use the bloody song lyrics, that whole thing with the song lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, they're having a laugh. They're really having a laugh. And the only, thing that I think, not the only, but one of the things we have to hold on to is the sweetness that they never thought. They never thought this would ever become public. They never thought they'd be exposed. They always thought they'd get away with it. And again, the other stuff today that came out,
I mean, just on that, Trevor Morris called it the day that they were told would never come.
Would never come, exactly. But the other element of today that Belinda, I thought, was incredibly discreet and tactful in the face of quite difficult questions, was about Jackie and TBS. And, all solidarity with Belinda and with Jackie coming up on Thursday. It's hard, private stuff. Yeah. We will hear from Jackie on Thursday. We'll hear from Helen Steele tomorrow. It's going to be a heavy week. Are you here all week? Here all week.
It is really emotional. I mean, I think being sat with so many people who've been directly affected. Some of the stuff that Belinda was saying really, it's not going to get any easier.
It was also, dare I say, controversial. I found it quite emotional with John Mitting as well. Like the way he spoke to Belinda, he was moved. And watching him be moved, I felt quite moving actually. I did feel that he. Today he does handle this stuff well. I think he does. I mean,
it's not a given. I mean, there've been plenty of other times where I've been quite moved by the evidence, and he blatantly hasn't been. So the fact that he was as well,
No, but I think with the women, I think he is. I think it's a bit of a slam dunk, isn't it? That their behaviour is so utterly appalling and reprehensible that there's no ambiguity here. It's quite straightforward, and I found that quite touching.
Yeah.
Call me a softie.
I wouldn't call you a softie, dear. I know you too well. We're back again tomorrow. I realise it's quite short. Belinda is waiting just over there and she's desperate to go to the pub, so I wouldn't want to let her down. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're doing the Twitter Spaces tonight. I've no idea what time because I'm going to the pub first. But there will be a Twitter Spaces recapping the day. Please join us for that if you're able to. Thanks.